Hi everyone, welcome to the Filmmaker Q&A for the shorts block you just watched, shorts block 4. We are joined tonight by Rylan Rafferty from Playing with Spiders, and also Catherine, I don't know your last name, from Playing with Spiders as well, and Brienne Nord-Stewart from the director of Bot Prox. How are you ladies doing tonight?
Very good. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. This is exciting for me. Like, we've never had a Q&A with just all women that wasn't like planned out ahead of time. There were supposed to be 2 other gentlemen in the Q&A. I don't know if they're gonna jump on later, but we'll deal with that when the time comes. But we're gonna jump in here. If you are watching and you're on the Discord server, go ahead and put your questions in that text channel that says July 31st Shorts 4 and Shorts 5, and I will see them. If you're just watching on YouTube, you can put your question in the chat window and I'll see that. And I will relay those questions to our filmmakers. So Rylan, I'm going to start with you because you're, at least in my view, you're first next to me. So Playing with Spiders is a delightful kind of twist on a cult story where, and I guess there's not really a happy ending, but it's for a momentary. It fools you into thinking there's going to be a happy ending. Yeah. Did you write this story as well, and where did this story come from?
So I originally wrote this story as a feature film, and I made this short film as a proof of concept for the feature. And sort of the kernel of the idea is about a woman who is in an abusive relationship, who is able to get out, but then finds herself right back in another one. And I wrote this story because I really love horror that's anchored in reality and then taken to the extreme. So to take this abusive relationship idea and then put it in the context of a suicide cult and pairing it with the visual creepiness of arachnophobia, just made kind of a cinematic creepy horror film.
It looks like you do not have arachnophobia if that's a spider tank behind you.
This is Royal, the actress. I actually did start out having like major arachnophobia. That's like definitely why I wrote it. I was like, I want something that's really like viscerally very creepy, but making the film throughout it, I became less afraid of spiders. And I got a spider because I was doing all of the visual effects myself. And I was originally just gonna get like stock footage of spiders and then just like manipulate the footage to be the spider, but I couldn't really find anything that fit exactly. And so I just went out and bought a tarantula, and I decided to just really commit to being a spider mom.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome. One of the moments that was one of my favorite moments in the film is when she's in the shower and the spider's outside of the shower curtain. So was that Royal in those shots?
Yes.
Okay. And how did you accomplish that filming that? How did you give us a peek behind the curtain?
So to speak. So
Shower curtain.
behind the shower curtain. I mostly just filmed Royal as she like went about her life being a tarantula, and we shot the shower curtain shot like without the shadow, and then that was a digital effect. Just put it in, and then to like get the POV shot was like how to do it.
Excellent. I also really enjoyed the drawings of the spider with the hat.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I was a little disappointed that the lupus arachnia did not
Didn't
have
have a
hat.
Didn't have a hat. No, that was the other god, Pastor.
Oh, that was Pastor. Okay. Who did those illustrations? Did you make those drawings yourself, or did you have someone else do them?
Our other producer's wife drew them.
Okay. Well, they're delightful.
So good. It's so good.
And Catherine, can you tell everyone what your role was in the film?
Yeah, so I got to help produce this film. Brendan, of course, was the other producer, but Rylan just had a great story. And so we really wanted to support that. I think it helps to have someone who can sort of wrap up all those little pieces, right? So that the director can do what the director needs to do on shooting day. So we can get that stuff done. And then, just helping to coordinate the pickup shots, working with I got to help with some of the set design, with the costumes a little bit. We had a different person who made the costumes, but right, you always need those little tucks and things, last minute things. So it was really a joy to sort of help with some of the larger organization, and then just sort of helping to bring those details together, keep everything moving while we were shooting. So that was a lot of fun.
Nice. And how did you two find each other?
Well, we happen to actually be related.
Oh, okay.
Rylan is my daughter.
Okay.
So we had a little bit of a mother-daughter team, but it's all Rylan. This was her thing, and I was so grateful to support this project.
Okay. And have you produced films before?
No, this was my first project with her in this capacity. Obviously, she's done a lot of things in the past, so I have a sense of her style and pace and needs. But no, this was the first one that I was able to support in this capacity.
Oh, fun! That's really fun. Rylan, for you, was it good? Mostly good. I'm assuming it was a good experience for you, but was it different having someone that knows you kind of a little better than, say, someone that you might just work with?
Yeah.
Maybe knows you a little too much.
Yeah, no, it was really helpful having her to just be there to support us and as she said, tie up all the little loose ends and stuff. And it was nice, like she could sort of anticipate some things that like we had been able to talk about because we had so much contact with each other, rather than just being in a professional setting.
Nice.
But tell them about the web gun.
Well, I'm also really excited to hear about Brianne's movie, so we need to let her talk too.
We'll come back to the web gun.
Yeah, the web gun was great. Creating the webs. Rylan found a hot glue gun, and so we were able to sort of create the webs for that scene where Lydia gets entangled. So that
you made those with a hot glue gun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
That's a lot of fun. Yes, one person's fun is another person's nightmare.
I get that a lot.
I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, I have a little bit of experience with a hot glue gun, mostly burning myself with it. But I can't even imagine how long did that take?
Well, it was a special gun. It has like a special fan to blow the glue.
Okay.
But it was a great feature. Yeah.
I had this image in my head of you like just looking at it, like drawing
That's
out
right.
these like, long threads of glue and like draping them carefully. All right, Brienne, Bot Prox is a really fun film where everyone dies except for the bot.
The bot,
Or
yeah,
what we
the
assume is the bot. So how did this tale come about? And did you have a lot of help setting all of that stuff up? Because there was quite a lot of blood and guts, which was quite fun.
Yeah, so this was made as part of a 48-hour competition. So on the Friday night at 7 p.m., we were given an inspiration package. The theme was technology. There was a line of dialogue, stop touching it, it will turn yellow. And the prop had to be a stuffed animal. And in this like festival version, we cut out the stuffed animal. I mean, I think it's in there in a shot or two, but we had to include all of those elements. And I think our team was maybe like 25 people, like cast and crew, all volunteers. So we wrote it on a Friday night, shot it on a Saturday, and delivered it on Sunday night. And then I went back and like polished up some stuff afterwards. Sound, some editing, just 48 hours is not very long. It was for a horror, like the competition was a blood and guts competition. So I really took that to heart, and we wanted to make it, if you're going to have it gory, I think it should be all the way gory. And I'm usually making comedies. So for me, I just wanted to push that to the limit. And that was a combination of our special effects makeup person and the production designer, who was also the special effects person. And I guess also the visual effects person who did the geyser decapitation.
Very nice. There's actually a question in the chat for you for BotProx, and they say, great selection of weapons for them to choose from. How did you choose the ones to use in the film?
So the production designer, he brought a bunch of stuff, and the one thing that I brought was the gold round chain ring that the first kill happens with, and that's actually from one of my bicycles. I enjoy bicycles. And I just thought it was like flashy and cool. And then I think we literally put everything we had on the table and kind of let the actors pick what they were most drawn to.
That's pretty fun.
And they were all real weapons. So we needed to be pretty safe.
Oh my goodness. No accidental decapitations on your film?
No. Peter, who's the bald gentleman, Petey, at one point he was like, okay, some very sharp shears are going to be coming near my groin. We need to like really rehearse this. And I was like, oh yeah. Ooh, whoops, 48-hour filmmaking. We should probably remember that safety is
important.
Kind of important. Yeah.
Did you change the film after, for this, after the 48-hour competition?
Did I like change the story or change the edit?
The edit.
Yeah, I definitely changed the edit. Yeah. It was yeah, I definitely changed the edit. It was massaged a lot. It's interesting because I was up all Saturday editing, and then I had another editor edit Saturday night, and then I came back Sunday morning, and I had never worked with that editor before, and I didn't know her, and you don't have time to discuss anything. and I like sleeping. So I I was just like, go for it. And then in the morning, I think what I should have done was just like gone with her version of the edit and then potentially later changed it. But what I did was try and like make it how it was in my head. And then it ended up in this weird place that was kind of neither here nor there. And like the pacing wasn't super great. So because it was neither her cohesive vision nor my cohesive vision. So after the fact, that's what I was working on. And then I brought on another editor who has done some comedy that I really liked. And his work I was like much more familiar with, like the tone. And I actually just made a second short with him as the editor. And I think that like building a relationship ahead of time and knowing each other's work really makes it the editing process more streamlined. I can edit. I've edited almost all of my work, but I am very unhappy doing it. So I'm trying not to.
Awesome. I really loved that film. It's so good.
Thank you.
So with the the bot procs, where did that idea come from? This like technology usurping human roles, and then this kind of rage room where they get to work out their angst about it.
So we were allowed to pick our cast and our location ahead of time, and I had thought that I was going to do some kind of like surgery scene or like laboratory scene where these 6 people would be around a table, because my agent had told me like a surgery scene or dinner table scene would be really great for my reel. And I'm trying to get to be hired as a director for TV because money and joy and validation.
Yeah.
And so we knew that we were shooting in a parking garage. We had brought in all of the kind of like surgery lab setting type stuff. Because it was blood and guts, we had all the weapons. And then when we were given the technology theme, Riley, who wrote it, I think just kind of gravitated towards that like AI mentality. And then because I had picked 6 cast, which is quite a lot in a 5-minute film, he had the challenge of trying to figure out like why they would all be coming together to this like kind of place. So I guess probably just like, how do you get a bunch of people to kill each other in like a dark dungeony type place? Put them against each other, turn them against each other.
And obviously you came to PTA meeting.
Yes. Oh, and then the other piece of that was, which I don't know, they're all wearing like cocktail attire.
Mm-hmm.
So I live in Vancouver, BC, and we shoot a lot of MOWs here, movies of the week, like a lot of Hallmark movies and Lifetime movies. So I had gotten in touch with a costumer who I met at a party, and she had just done a MOW where all of the characters and like the theme of the film, which I've never seen, was based on the game Clue. And so Petey is wearing a mustard colored jacket because he's Colonel Mustard. Like, and everybody had like a theme of their color. And then there's like a decrepit Christmas tree in the backyard because I was like, Christmas sells. They're going to a Christmas party, or it was like, oh, they're coming from Christmas parties and that's why they're all mad. But like, I don't know. It's 48 hours. I was just riffing, making it up.
Okay. Excellent. So Rylan, with playing with spiders, I wanted to know more about the whole like book, sacred texts, and like the whole lore that this cult had built up, because frankly, like the cult leader, is he like, I just didn't feel like he was smart enough to come up with that by himself. So is that something that he stumbled upon and co-opted, or
Yes.
do you feel about that?
So when I had written the feature, there's a little more like about the backstory of the religion, and there's actually like the book, and the book is not written by him. Well, the first edition is not written by him, but then he rewrote it. So
Okay.
he made the second edition, and you know, kind of kept what he wanted, what worked for him, what made the women, you know, more easier to control.
Subservient.
Yeah, subservient. Yeah.
Men.
Men.
And did you film, so was that all just filmed in, so there's the outside shot of like what looks like a motel, and then the inside, was that the actual location you shot in?
No, so the exterior is just like I went to the woods and just shot like some woods, and then made a motel in Photoshop, and so the motel exists.
Okay, excellent. Nicely done.
Just shot in my apartment. We just redid everything to make it look like a motel room.
Okay.
Yeah, and like that was the production design piece that was so much fun. We created false walls. We got
We made
that.
false walls.
Yeah, we got the paper, the cloth for the wall, and tried to make it rusticy, getting right. All those little details are so much fun to create the space. I'm sure for Brienne's film too, right? All that gathering, all those eclectic things is, and right, just down to even just, you know, the waist belts, you know, all those little things. Great fun, great fun.
Wow.
And
so
that's why having team members who like doing those things is so important.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we also got these really gross carpet squares that we got to lay down. Just like laid carpet squares, which takes a lot longer than you might think.
Job well done.
Thank you.
And you know, even like for doing the 48-hour film project is harder to do, but Rylan had the I guess ease of being able to take, you know, if she needed a pickup shot here and there, right, we could just recreate the scene and do it again. So that was also a nice feature of having a very convenient location.
Yeah, pickup shots that just while we were in the edit, I just went and grabbed carpet squares and shot like the insert of her pulling the book out of the end table. Was something that we did later. Also, the POV in the bathroom was something that we did later.
The kneeling shot.
The kneeling shot.
Where are you based, and where did you shoot it?
Los Angeles.
Well, do you have questions for each other? I know sometimes filmmakers like to pick each other's brains about things.
What are you working on now?
I'm an editor for during the day, and I'm currently working on a show called 3 Busy Debras, season 2.
3 Busy Debras?
Yeah.
What network's that on?
It's on Adult Swim, and it's like
Oh,
a live action cartoon.
Okay. I feel like those are contradictory descriptors.
Once you see it, you'll know exactly what I mean.
Okay, cool.
Great show. And then also, you know, trying to get the feature made.
So Brienne's movie took 48 hours to shoot and then complete with some editing, re-edits afterwards. Rylan, how long did it take you to do the core shoot for your prep and shooting? And
it was over the course of like 2-3 weeks that I was like creating the different parts of the motel room. And then we had one main shoot day, and then one pickup day, and then just all the little extra things that we shot.
One fun feature about that, Rylan, to mention is that she just felt motivated to get this done right before the virus shut everything down.
Oh
so God. The timing was
shoot day, pickup day, days before the quarantine.
Oh my gosh.
It was crazy. Like we wouldn't have been able to make the film afterward.
There's a
And
lot.
then you had time to edit it during the quarantine.
Yes, because I was unemployed.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of filmmakers with the same story where they just wrapped shooting like right before everything shut down. And then they just worked on editing and post-production because that's all they could do.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Brianne, what are you doing now?
I'm currently finishing a couple of contracts. So most of my work is comedies. A lot of it is awkward comedies about sex or sexual health themes. And so because of that, like I have a show called The Dangers of Online Dating, and the main character is a sexual health educator and a nurse. And because of the companion show that I made for that called Sex with Paula, where she has a YouTube show teaching people about sex, I got a contract with the Yukon government to make a sex ed video for kindergarten to grade 3 students. That's like science, like it's like a body science video where it's talking about anatomy, which I realize maybe this is a horror and like a nightmare to other people, but I actually like really enjoy this kind of thing. So I'm finishing that, and then I'm finishing a music video for an artist who's based in Switzerland that I've worked with a few times, and that's got like a mocap and CGI component, which is kind of been nightmarish, but also very exciting because I've never done that before. And then I need to start writing again. So writing, either rewriting a feature or starting a new feature, or and then I just made another 48-hour film, and we won the competition, and I won Best Director, and we won Best Performance, and we're nominated for like 6 other awards. So that was awesome. That was a very nice pick me up. So I'm excited to show that around. And
how many 48-hour films have you done?
3. The first one I did in 2010, and then Bot Prox was the fall of 2019, and then the one I just did was in June. And they've each gotten progressively bigger and better. I think. I don't know. I guess they're all different. The first 2 were horror comedies, and the most recent one is just a straight comedy.
Are you, Rylan, are you going to continue making horror films? I know you're trying to make your feature, but is that what you do?
Yeah, that's definitely what I would like to do. Stay in horror, maybe horror comedy. I do love horror comedy very, very much.
Yeah. So this is so funny. I love horror comedy too. I'm glad somebody else loves it. I'm developing a feature film with a friend of mine who is a My Little Pony voice. And it's a zombie comedy about a zombie outbreak at a My Little Pony convention.
Oh.
So that's on the roster to direct, and he's writing it. If there's any bronies out there, Peter New, you will know who Peter New is.
That's awesome. There's a question that's appeared in the chat for both of you. Was there any portion of your story or script or aspect of the film that wasn't planned initially but ended up working out really great, either by mistake or by coincidence, and that you just decided to keep it or add to it? So were there any happy accidents in your filming?
I mean, because it was a 48-hour film, I would say the term plan was very loose. I was kind of making it up on the day. Let me think about that for a second. Rylan, you go.
I mean, I guess we hadn't like shot an exterior, and like I didn't plan on shooting any exteriors, but then after editing the film, I mean, it seemed that it needed them, so then I went and did them. That was a happy accident.
There was a lot of something that I find really great is some of the noises that you catch in the location sound. So like whether it's like breathing from an actor or their movement on the mic on like their lav mic, which normally is a fucking nightmare because it fucks up the audio, but usually there can be like a weird sound or something that I like, especially with comedy, because it makes it feel more silent if there is that like one strange sound. Like in one of my films, somebody like a few houses down from where we were shooting had a whatever the saw is that you like lift up and put
Chop
down.
saw.
Sure. So they had one of those going, and like a dog barking, and in this one there was a lot of mumbling happening, and then Petey, like he kind of made something up every time. She was like, Petey, what was yours again? And like it wasn't scripted what he said, so like listening to it, every single take was different, so trying to like pick which one we were going to use, but like have it not quite loud enough that people won't really know what it is, but loud enough that amuses me every time.
Nice. Well, that sounds excellent. There's just another comment that I wanted to share with you in the chat that this was an exceptional block, and I think Brianne commented at the beginning, maybe before we went live, that it was a lot of really different films that were put together, and that's something that we try to do, is give our audience like something, a smattering of everything, rather than trying to put themed blocks together. We like to give them kind of a buffet of different styles and different moods. And we really liked both of yours. They fit in really nicely together without being exactly the same. So just want to thank you for submitting your film and letting us show it and being here with us on the Q&A.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Pickle Jinx, you owe me a Coke. Thank you so much, fun.
And let's tell our audience where they can find more of your work, or where they can follow you on social media if you have it. Rylan?
Yes, we have a Facebook page for Playing the Spiders short film. We also have an Instagram page and a website, playingwithspiders.com. So you can see all the news there.
My website is nord-stewart.com. I'm on the YouTubes as Brianne NS, and my Instagram, Twitter is bnordstewart, no hyphen, BNORDSTEWART. It's in my the thing that says my name under my picture.
Gotcha. I see it.
Yes.
Be Nerdster. Okay. And thank you so much. And Catherine, you have a budding career in film production. Do you think you're going to do this again?
Oh, well, certainly any project that Rylan works on, I hope she will continue to invite me to be supportive of that. But yeah, I can't say that it's my day job. That's true.
But it's fun. Well, you make a good team. So hopefully we'll see more from both of you.
Thank you.
And with that, we're just going to end the Q&A. And we have a Portland Horror Discord server. I think both of you found it. And if you, I don't know, check every now and then for the July 31st Shorts 4 text channel, because I'll just invite people to leave comments there. There's not everyone's watching out at the same time. Some people are kind of binge watching all at once, and some people are watching it as it goes live. So there may be other questions later on. And if you just pop back in there and say hi, people can chat with you there.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. And thank you to the audience for joining us for the Q&A. And we will see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.